If you're tuning in, I'm pretty sure you're aware that we are your number one source for market stats for the Pacific Northwest real estate professionals and RMLS News. And we're glad you did tune in. Terry, I want to ask you a question.
Well, go ahead, Beth.
What do great, affordable contractors have in common with UFOs?
I'm not sure.
You always hear stories about them, but no one you know has actually seen one.
That makes sense.
Aha.
I get it. I have a question for you, Beth.
Well, yes.
What is your favorite segment of this podcast?
The headline.
Oh, my word. That's my favorite segment as well.
Well, take it away.
Okay, let's get right to it. You might have seen recently that RMLS formally opted in to the legal settlement negotiated by the National Association of Realtors. After a lot of consideration at the board of directors level, the board determined that the decision was in the best interest of both our MLS and the subscribers that we serve. I'm sure all the real estate professionals out there are aware of the terms of the settlement. Those have been published ad nauseum. They're everywhere. Compensation, one of the fundamental aspects of the settlement, is that compensation will no longer have any place on the MLS. That translates into a lot of updates. From our documentation in our rules and regulations, to listing contracts, to data, to the actual functionality on RMLS Web, including fields and forms and reports and data feeds, and on and on. So a lot of sort of trickle-down changes need to be affected as a result of this settlement.
Right.
Also, written agreements for participants working with buyers will be a requirement before any home touring can take place. I'm sure there's still lots of questions out there. We still have questions
Yes.
About the implementation of some of the settlement details. But we're working on them and we're figuring them out. And as we move towards the August 17th compliance deadline, so let me say that again.
Yes.
August 17th,
Yes.
2024 is the deadline for compliance with the settlement. We're putting together a dedicated webpage that will have all of our updates and links to revised documentation when it's made available.
Great.
We'll also have an FAQ, so a frequently asked question document that will hopefully address many of the common questions out there. And we'll notify you as soon as that page is up and ready for your viewing pleasure. And of course, as normal, you can call us, email us, text us anytime.
Yes.
If you have probing questions about how this is all going to play out, we may not know exactly what the landscape will look like, but we'll certainly give it a try.
Perfect.
So let's get into the numbers. Let's take a look at the numbers for the past month and in comparison to the past year.
Great.
So the May stat breakdowns for each state are as follows. For the state of Oregon, in comparison to last month, as would be expected with summer rolling around, most metrics are up.
Good.
The important exception being inventory, which is actually down 0.2 of a month's supply. So it's not down a lot, but it is down a little bit. Active listings, however, rose significantly. We've got 780 more of those than in April, and almost 500 more closed listings as well.
Good.
Compared to May of last year, the trends are looking good.
Yes.
Inventory is 0.4 of a month higher. The improvement of active listings is very solid, with over 2,000 more than last year.
Wow.
2,000.
That's quite a bit.
That's quite a bit.
Yes.
In Washington, in comparison to last month, results are a little bit more modest, a little flatter. Inventory stayed about the same, and most metrics were up just a tiny bit. Average sales price, however, was a big riser, almost $20,000 more over the previous month. Going back a year, comparing to May of 2023, inventory has seen significant increases. It's up 0.7 of a month's supply. That's quite a bit.
Yes.
Average sales price is $35,000 more than a year ago. I know it doesn't seem like it can keep going up, but it does. While the median sales price is actually down just a touch. And of course, that's the difference between average and median, right?
Yes.
It seems like there's a decent amount of properties available out there with solid inventory and active listing totals, but mortgage rates just keep bouncing just above or just below that 7% line. And I think that continues to be a disincentive for some buyers. The time that the properties are staying on market is way up. About a month more than last year in Oregon and almost 2 months more market time in Washington compared to a year ago.
Yeah.
So pretty significant.
It is.
So let's take a look at the regular categories. The number jumps in May were minimal. Curry County's total market time was cut in half, but otherwise most number trends showed smaller upticks or declines. In our streaks segment, so trends all moved in the right direction.
Great.
New listings continue to grow for the 4th straight month in Columbia Basin and Portland Metro, with Lane County continuing to increase for the 5th straight month.
Wow.
Closed sales were also up for a 4th month in Columbia Basin, Polk and Marion, Portland Metro, and Southwest Washington. So that sort of encapsulates sort of the trends for the last month. So let's take a look at the milestones.
Yes.
Active listings reached a number of high points in May, including Mid-Columbia, North Coastal counties, and Southwest Washington have the most active listings since 2019.
Wow.
So 5 years.
Yes.
Portland Metro has the most actives since 2018, so 6 years. And Josephine County has the most active since 2015.
Oh, my goodness.
So 9 years. So we're really seeing some high points for active listings.
Good.
As far as records that were broken, in May, the North Coastal counties and Southwest Washington both hit their all-time high in the median sales price. All time. History. All time in history.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Yes.
Now for new growth. So new construction properties, new properties being built. Portland Metro is up about 21 new housing units from last month. Southwest Washington is up 9 units. And Lane County, unfortunately, dropped just a little bit. Some people think that truth is fixed. Some think it's relative. The same disagreement can apply to how you interpret real estate statistics. Personally, I just try to remember this one truth. While 90% of the people in the Pacific Northwest hate carpeting, the other 10% just hate your carpeting. But seriously, what better way to understand all of these statistics than to hear from our statistical specialist?
Yes.
This month, we're focusing on closed sales and year-to-date comparisons. Closed sales represents the number of property sales that have been closed during a specific period. This metric is crucial because it shows the actual sales activity in the market. An increase in closed sales indicates strong buyer activity and a healthy market, while a decrease might suggest a slowdown. When comparing closed sales for a month to historical data, it's important to consider seasonal trends and other short-term fluctuations. One way of measuring long-term trends is by comparing the year-to-date metrics. Year-to-date measures market performance at the beginning of the year to the current date. We then compare it to the same period in the previous year, providing a view of market trends over time with smoothed out short-term fluctuations. Year-to-date comparisons can reveal long-term trends such as consistent growth or a decline in sales and prices, helping both buyers and sellers understand the big picture of market dynamics. I hope this helps. Email me with any questions at communications@rmls.com.
Now for RMLS News. Don't come knocking on our door on June 19th or July 4th. Our staff will be off celebrating the Juneteenth and Independence Day holidays.
Very nice.
Yeah. Summer events are in full swing. We're attending events like PMAR Master Circle on June 26th, the Lane County Golf Tournament on June 28th,
Nice.
and an MVAR membership barbecue on July 11th.
I like barbecue.
Oh, me too. We're even handing out bountiful gift baskets and free dues certificates as prizes.
Wow.
Yes.
Very nice.
And that's our episode. As a wise realtor once said, the only problem with being on time for your showings is that no one else is there to appreciate it. Have a great month.
Have a great month.
Yes. And our final quote today is Henry David Thoreau. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. See you later.
Bye now.